Time is a mental construct that doesn't actually exist. But with all the things happening right now, I've lost track of more or less location and time of the visit by Benjamin Netanyahu to the United States. It's supposedly today on Tuesday sometime he's coming in here. I do know that on his way into the trip, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, or a week from Thursday, he did his boy a solid, that's being Donald Trump. And the Prime Minister of Israel is actually delivered a letter to President Trump for his nomination for the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. Yes, he is being nominated not just by random senators here in the United States, but by people of renown in the world. And we'll get into how ridiculous Obama getting one in a moment. But let's talk about how ridiculous this one is, and the one handing it out or handing out the nomination is in the real time right here. Netanyahu is praising Trump's recent actions in the Middle East as steps towards peace and committed to submitting to the letter to the Norwegian committee. Because Trump dropped bombs on Iran, he's getting nominated for a peace prize. Because a man who's basically ratcheting up a war with Iran and he's helping him out, that's the actual trigger, pun intended, for this nomination. Both Trump and Netanyahu are framing as the recent U.S.-Israel Israeli moves as the right things to do, especially holding back in what they could do on Iranians' nuclear sites, basically taking them out so that they could not actually access nuclear weapons, disabling key threats, and paving the way for ceasefire talks. Essentially, peace through strength is not just I'm really strong, so don't try to fight. It's I'm going to shoot you down, blow you up, beat you down, and so you have no fight left, so you have to come to the table. Netanyahu called the historic victory that was the bombing of the nuclear sites in Iran a thing that helped forge a larger place for Trump in the hearts of the Israelis and peace across the region itself. Remember, Pakistan actually proposed a nomination in June for helping de-escalate tensions between India and Pakistan. This was actually something towards peace and brokering a ceasefire during a border conflict. A smaller one, but there. Of course, about the Abraham Accords and normalization of relations between Israel and several Arab nations, so blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. It's not the first time he's been nominated, but it's the first time that something more warlike is what's going to push it to the limit. And maybe, just maybe, he'll get that. Supporters of Trump are arguing that the mix of military strength and diplomacy that he has have rebounded from the fragile regional stability that's there, and he is just, doing what he can to push things along as he wants to. Of course, people describe the nomination as partisan flattery because Netanyahu likes him and Trump wants one. He's doing it, pointing out to the troubled consequences of Iran strikes and the ongoing Gaza conflicts, being that a guy like Netanyahu is not exactly your poster child for peaceful living. So why is this guy saying that this other guy represents that? So it's a nomination. Netanyahu is going to write a letter and send it off to the Norwegian Nobel Committee and say, hey, this guy really deserves this thing. Take a look at him. He gets nominated. He can get nominated. The committee has to actually put them into the bill to think about it. And they don't have to tell us who doesn't win, who doesn't get into the thing. They just say who wins it. Final decision will come in October. We'll see if this is the one that he actually gets. Expect debate over whether military strength actually goes to the real job of peacemaking. So let's talk Obama for a second. Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize basically within months, a nomination within months of being president because he's a black guy. Let's just face it. Let's be honest with each other. You and I, which is just us right here. We're gonna chit chat. Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize and didn't really do anything. In fact, he deported a whole lot more immigrants than Trump did in his first term. He actually killed more pirates than the colonizers, than Jefferson and Adams from back in the day. It's amazing what happened. Obama had a lot of blood on his hands in a quiet mom jeans manner way. He just also happened to be the first black president and talked like a smarty pants, so no one really knew what he was doing. So we got a Nobel Peace Prize. Yay, Obama. Trump basically wants everything Obama had, or he wants that worked for him to not work. So that Nobel Peace Prize is in the bag, or something like in the bag, much like his fast food. We will see if this letter that he's going to present to, the Nobel Peace folks will sway them to put Trump in actual contention. We shall have to see.